you're doing. I hope that you had a good weekend and hope you're ready for our lesson today. So today we'll be going on with English subject verb agreement. Okay, so that's the lesson we'll be taking up, subject verb agreement. So I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay, so first off, you just need to log in using the aplusstudent.com. Log in with your email and your password. Okay, and then next off, you just click on your name. Yeah, you need to click on your name first, and then you go to language. Then since we're in grade 6, you go to grade 6. All right, so all you need to do is just scroll down until you find the chapter we're working on, which is the subject verb agreement. So this is it here. Oh, I'm so sorry. So we just go down. So subject verb agreement. So that's what we're working on today. All right, so we have 2 lessons on that the subject verb agreement, and we will try to complete both of them together. Okay, so all right, the first lesson is use the correct subject or verb. Use the correct subject or verb, and yeah, first we need to read the explanation before we move on. Okay, all right, so now we have singular subject. Name only one person, animal, place, thing. Okay? So when you hear about the singular, it's gonna name one person, place, or thing. Okay? Animal, just one. With So when a subject is singular, use a singular verb. Okay? So when the subject, that is like the main person in the sentence, is singular, you're gonna use a singular verb, and singular verbs end in s, es, or ies. Okay? So it ends with s, es, ies. So this one, and then this one. Okay? So that's what verbs ends in. And the subject is going to be singular. Just for example here, Sarah visits her grandmother. So the visit here has the s, which is the s here as well, the singular verbs. So now visit is a singular verb with s. Okay, and then my cat washes her paws, and then the washes here, see the washes, that is the es. So washes the verb and it has the es. Okay, so yeah, and then the next one is plural subjects name more than one person, animal, place, or thing. So we all know that when we say plural, plural is referring to more than one person, right? Plural is two, three, four, five. Yeah, that's plural. Okay, so when a subject is plural, use a plural verb. Plural verbs usually do not end in s, es, or ies. So what you need to take note and what you need to remember clearly is that the plural verbs would not end in s, es, or ies. Okay, it's only the singular verb that would end in s, es, or ies, but the plural verbs will not end in s, es, or ies. So Carla and Jesse work. So this is the verb work. The verb work. It doesn't have an S or ES or IS. So when you say walks, that is wrong. Okay? But this one, correct. Okay? So because you have a plural subject, you are gonna have a plural verb, and the plural verb for these do not end in s, es, or ies. But then the next one is the flowers grow in the garden. Flowers. Flowers is plural because it has s, and that's like the subject. But then grow is the verb, but the verb does not have an s. Okay? So yeah, let's move on back here. Okay, now the sentence here says both of us plays the banjo, but Abby also plays the flute, right? So now what is gonna be the answer? Both of us is plural. So whatever you would have as the verb here on the empty space, it's gonna be plural verb. And remember that plural verb do not end in s, es, or ies. Okay? And it says under here, both of us play. Okay? So that's the both of us play the banjo, but Abby also plays the flute. Okay? So yeah, that's the answer to this. And you can see that the play here is not plural. It's plural, but it's not singular, because when it's singular, it is usually with s, ies, or es. But the play here now is plural verb. It's a plural verb, and we all know that the plural verb do not end in s, es, or ies. Okay. All right. So let's see examples. Complete the sentence with the best verb. After dinner, all of us dash by the fire and Nolan sings folk songs. And what does it say? Because it has all of us shows that it is worth more than one person, us. So that means we're a lot there, we're plenty, four, five, six, huddle. So huddle here is it. Huddle without the S. So that is the plural verb. It balances the sentence. After dinner, all of us huddled by the fire and Nolan sing the folk songs. Okay. All right. So we have 30 questions for the test, and let's try to answer the test. Okay. We will answer like few questions together, and then I'll let you finish up the rest alone. Okay. Okay, so complete the sentence with the best subject. Now, in this part, you need to figure out the best subject. So now, if the verb is singular, you would have a singular subject. If the verb is plural, you would have a plural subject. So complete the sentence with the best subject. Apologize. So it says apologies to all my customer waiting in a long line. So apologies, S, to any customer waiting in a long line. Apologies. So now the apologies there is S. Okay. So apologizes to any customer waiting in a long line. Now, what is gonna be the right answer for this? This shows that this verb here is the one with the s. When it has an s, it shows that it's singular verb, right? But then, what is gonna be the subject? Is it gonna be the three clerks or the shop owner? Now, take note that when you have a singular verb, you're gonna have a singular subject. And the singular subject simply means that it's just one person. So if we pick up the three clerks, then it is wrong because the three clerks is what plural. And if you click on the verb has s already, so it cannot be correct. So now the right answer will be the shop owner. Okay, so because the shop owner is just one person, it suits the verb there. So the shop owner apologizes to any customer waiting on a long line. All right, so we see that that's correct. Next one we're gonna look at is the cocked horse dash taller and taller, reaching toward the sky. And here, and then here it needs to be the verb. So you need to find the verb here. Okay. So is it gonna be grows or grow? Let's click on this one. Let's say that we don't know the answer. So we see that it is wrong. Hmm? Because it is just what it is what singular, just singular here. So because singular subject, it's supposed to have a singular verb, and a singular verb has an s. Okay. All right. So now this is it. The right answer should be this one. So let's say that you get it wrong and you cannot see any explanation to why you got it wrong and you're not sure of your answer. All you need to do is just tutorials. When you click on the tutorials, you can go backwards. Okay. See, it took us backwards. So now when you click on that tutorial, you go back, you can read this all again, and then you move on to your test. Okay. So now here, correct. And then the right answer for the next one we saw was rose. So yeah. As we watch, there's a comma, then an empty space here. As we watch, dash matches into the kitchen and straight to the cookie tin. As we watch, dash into the kitchen and straight to the cookie tin. All right, so what's gonna be your correct answer here? So as we watch. So now you need to find the best subject that is suitable for this answer. So what do you think will be the best subject suitable for your answer? As we watch, the dash is into the kitchen and straight to the cookie thing. Matches. So now when we look at matches here, it is the verb here. And this verb has, since the verb has es, it shows us what? It shows us that it, because the singular verb will always have the es, but the plural verb will not have the es. Okay? So now if the verb is singular with es, then the subject is going to be what? The subject is going to be singular, which is gonna be the child, because you cannot say the children. If you say the children is 2, 3, 4, 5, it's more than one. But the child is referring to one kid. So if you say the child marches into the kitchen and straight to the cookie thing, it's perfect. So we'll click on the child and we move on here. So you see that that's correct. Okay. So now the next one we will move on to is this one. The girl in the front row space at the invitation to come on stage. The girl in the front row dash at the invitation to come on stage. So now the girl is one person, which shows that it's singular. And you need to find the best verb for this sentence. The girl is singular. So you're going to have a singular verb. And which is the best answer here? So is it going to be blush or blushes? So now once you pick the girl blush at the invitation on stage, so you click on blush and you get it all wrong. You will get it all wrong because the subject is what? The subject is singular, so you should have what? A singular verb. And a singular verb has an es after, or has the ies or s. So now once you get anything wrong, you're gonna have the this is how to do it. Okay, and then it gives you like a detailed explanation on what the subject is and the verb, the detailed explanation for the plural verb and singular subject. Okay, so it's gonna give you every detailed information you want. All you need to do is just read it again, because okay, you got it all wrong, then maybe you're getting it all confusing at some point or something. So all you need to do is just read again, and then you go back to your test. Okay, so let's say we're done reading this now. It's supposed to be blushes with es because the girl is singular. So we have singular verb. Okay. Okay, so next one on the list is during the game, the children in the thick velvet curtains while I count to 10. Okay, so during the game, the children dash behind. Now, the subject already is children, so it's plural. Like I said, children is more than one. If it's just one child, then it's one, yeah, one kid is a child, okay? And then if you have two, it's gonna be children. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, all is children. So now it says children, that means it is plural, plural subject. So now we need a plural verb. So what's gonna be the answer here? So the plural verb do not have es, ies, or s. It is just a normal without all that. So is this gonna be hides or hide? So now during the game, the children hide behind the velvet curtains while I count to 10. All right. So you all see that that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have plural subject going with the plural verb. Okay. All right. So after dinner, all of us dash by the fire and Nolan sings folk songs. And how do we had this question during our tutorial? So it's gonna be huddle. Okay. All right. Both of us dash the banjo, but Abby also plays the flute. Both of us dash the banjo. Abby also plays the flute. So now, because ours here is plural, shows that you're talking about more than one person. So ours here is plural, and then the verb is gonna also be plural, and the verb is not gonna have an es or ies or whatever it is. Okay, so it's just gonna be both of us play the banjo, but Abby also plays the flute. Okay, so this is how you go about this test. You need to just choose the correct subject or the verb. Okay, so now the singular subject goes with the singular verb, which has the es, and s. But then the plural subject goes with the plural verb, and the plural verb does not have es, is, or s. Okay, so now I'm gonna let you finish up this test. I hope that you can finish up. Should in case you get any of the answers wrong, all you need to do is just scroll down and read the tutorials again. If you do not see that, you can just click on the tutorials here, you bark, and you just read, and then you go on with your test. Okay. So now we're done with the first lesson, and you see that it has a 20% because it's still in progress. It's not completed. I didn't complete it, so yeah. Once you complete the test, it's gonna show you completed, and then you're gonna get 100 or 98, depending on how many you get wrong. So now we'll move on to the next one, which says use the correct verb with compound subjects. So yeah. Alright, let's move on here. A compound subject is made up of two subjects joined by the conjunction or nor. So it has nor and then it has or. So a compound subject is joined by is made up of two subjects joined by the conjunction and or nor. So and is part of it. So and nor or. Amanda, okay, Mark and Amanda. Okay, so we have Mark and Amanda. This week or next, either Josh nor my friends. Okay, this week or next, either Josh nor my friend. All right, so yeah, when a compound subject is joined by and, use a plural verb. Okay, when the compound subject is joined by and, use a see and. You're gonna use a plural verb. Okay, all right. Plural verbs usually do not end s, es, or ies. Okay, where do Mark and Amanda go to school? Where do Mark and Amanda go to school? Now, no es, there's no s, there's no ies, but it has the and the and shows plural. Okay, all right. So when a complex is joined by or nor, okay, so it could be or it could be nor, and then that is gonna be use a verb that adds subject that is closest to the verb. Okay, so you would use a verb that agrees with the subject that is closest to the verb. So when you have or, nor, you're just going to use any verb that you see there and it is closest to the subject and it makes sense. Okay? When they agree and they make sense, that is what you're going to use. Okay? So, right, if the subject closest to the verb is singular, if the subject closest to the verb is singular, use a singular verb. Okay? If the subject verb is singular, use a singular verb. Singular verbs end in es, res, and s. Okay? Alright, so let's move on to this week or next seems likely to be hectic. Mm-hmm. Okay? So this week or next seems likely to be, and the seems here is the verb and it has the s, which shows you that it is what? It is the singular. Alright, so I hope that you understand this because when it comes to or nor, you use a verb that agrees. Okay, you use a verb that agrees, and then if the subject closest to the verb is plural, use a plural verb. Again, plural verbs usually do not end in s, es, or ies. So you need to take note. Plural verbs do not end in s, es. So you see es, then s. All this, no. They do not end with that for this one proverb. After reading the reviews, neither Josh nor my friends expect the movie to be successful. Nor my friends expect the movie to be successful. So this is it to plural because it has my friends there. So it's more than one person. Okay? Alright, so let's go back here. I hope that you do get the late explanation, but let's go over it again so that you don't get confused whatsoever. All right, so now we have the compound subjects. So it says that we have the compound subjects, right? The compound subject is made up of subject joined by the conjunction and or nor. Okay? All right. So that's the conjunction and or nor. That is for the compound subject in general. This is what it has, okay? But then from under here, we have the breakdown of when to use the and, when to use the or the nor. Okay? When a compound subject is joined by and, use a plural verb. So when it is joined by and, so whenever you see and in the sentence and then it's a compound subject, you use what? A plural verb. That is, where do Mark and Amanda go to school? And okay, so because of the and there, you're not gonna say or use a verb with es or ies. You're gonna use a plural verb because and there signifies that it is what? It is plural. Okay. All right. So if the subject closest to the singular, use a singular verb. Singular verbs end in es, ies, and s. So when the subject closest to the verb, when you have a subject closest to the verb and it is singular, the subject there is singular. Use what? ies, es in the verb. So you're going to use like singular verbs. Okay. So now when a compound subject is joined by or, nor, use a verb that agrees with the subject. So when you go to the questions and you see or, nor, you just use the verb that is closest, that agrees and makes sense. All right, so look at the sentence here. This weekend or next seems likely to be hectic. So because it has this or here, you need to get the verb that is suitable for it. And it says seems. Seems is the word, the singular. Seems as an S. Okay? If the subject closest to the verb is plural, use a plural verb. If the subject closest to the verb, so the subject, like the main person that is the sentence is plural, you use a plural verb. Again, plural verbs do not end in s, es, or ies. So you have to take note of that. The reviews: neither Josh nor my friends expect the movie to be successful. So you see that here. So now look at the subject, neither the director nor the producers. Okay, that should be the first question here. Okay, so the first example here says neither the director nor the producers space to earn much money by making this movie, but they are making it anyway because they believe in its message. So what's gonna be the correct answer? So look at the subject, neither the director nor the producer. It is a compound subject joined by the conjunction nor. Yeah, so we have the nor here because neither the director nor the producer. So it joins the compound subject. The compound subject is about the director and the producer. They are the main people the sentence is all about. So the closest to the verb is the producers. Producers have S. It's a plural subject. So it goes with a plural verb. Okay? So now this is what I've been talking about when I say that subject closest to the verb. So because this is the subject, this is the last that was closest to the verb. It has the S. That means it is plural. So it's going to be a plural verb next. And then the plural verbs do not have S or ES or IES. That's why it's going to be neither the director nor the producers expect. So if this was producer, not producers, it's gonna be expects with S. That should show that it's singular verb and singular subject. But because it has the S here, which shows that this is a plural subject, it's gonna be a plural verb. When we host a dinner party, neither my husband or I dash each guest at the door. When we host a dinner party, neither my husband or I. So it says my husband or I, or dash each guest at the door. So I. Okay. So now we said when it is or, when it shows us or, we have to make sure that the next one agrees. So what is the best answer that's gonna be suitable here? So when we host a dinner party, neither my husband or I greet each guest at the door. Okay. Your cabbage salad and homemade bread dash even better than I remember. Homemade bread, and there's and here. So what did we say about and? When we have and, we take it that it is a what? Plural subject, right? That is what it says up here, just here. When a compound subject is joined by and, use a plural verb. Okay, so this sentence, your cabbage salad and the homemade bread is joined by and. So automatically, this is a plural subject and we need a plural verb. So now the plural verb is going to be taste. So your cabbage salad and homemade bread taste even better than I remember. So this is and. If you put tastes as an S with S, it's gonna be incorrect. So your cabbage salad and homemade bread taste even better than I remember. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the test now to hold that you understand. So we have 30 questions. Let's try to see how many we can get done together. Okay, so now complete the sentence with the best verb. So you need to choose the best verb that is suitable for this sentence. Best verb. The photograph and story in today's paper perfectly dash the spirit of our town. The photograph and story in today's paper perfectly dash the spirit of our town. Perfectly what? Perfectly. So what's gonna be the correct verb here? So let's say, oh, we don't know if it's gonna be captures or capture, captures or capture. So let's just choose. Okay, so it's correct. Capture. Depending on which of my relatives you ask, either Aunt Maya or Uncle Brad dash the best will have pie. So now, bake or bake Uncle Brad. So it says or is here. So what's gonna be the best verb suitable for this sentence? So let's say we pick this one. So bakes because of O. And it shows that Auntie Maya and Uncle Brand, which shows that it is what? Two people, right? But then the subject closer is singular. It's just Uncle what? Uncle Brand. When we on Mr. Farrell's farm, either the roosters or the pigs dash us early in the morning. Pigs dash us in the morning. So let's say wake. Pigs wake. According to Tisha, a slice of key, lime pie, or lemon bars dash the perfect part dessert. So make or mix. Okay, let's click on mix. Okay. All right. So you see that the answer is wrong. Once you get an answer wrong, all you need to do is go down, scroll down. Once you scroll down, you're gonna see the explanation again. And if it's so confusing, all you need to do is just read this again, and then you get your answer. So it says, look at the subject, either a slice or key, lime, pie, or lemon bars. It is a compound subject joined by the conjunction or. So it has or here. Or join the compound subject. So the closest verb to it is the lemon bars. So the subject closest to the verb is lemon bars. Plural subject. It goes with a plural verb. Okay? Like I always say, you need subject closest to the verb, closest to the empty space there. This shows lemon bars, right? Bars, S. So that shows that it's plural. So you have a plural verb. And the plural verb do not end in S, S, or IES. Okay? Although the players and the coach dash that the team struggled this season, they hope to do better next season. So coach is it plural singular? So take note of the subject closest to the verb. So are we gonna see admit? So let's choose one of the answers. So admit. On rainy days, Trevor friends dash to invent new board games, like or likes. So let's say likes. Let's see if that's correct. So now that's wrong because friends here shows that it's plural. And if friends shows me that it's plural, I cannot what? I cannot put a singular verb because the likes that I clicked here with ES, likes with S, sorry, is what? Is a singular verb. And the friends there shows that it's a plural subject. So that's why it's in the summer, either the apple tree by the back wall or the one next to the garage dash the most fruit. Or this has or or there in the compound subject. So this is the or here. So all you need to do now is find out what is the best verb. So now you check the one beside garage. So is this singular or plural? So is it going to be produce or produces? So let's click one of the answer. Okay, we click on the first one. Okay, so now this one is wrong. Why? Because it says that the garage, right? And it always tells you that if you have or, nor, and in the compound subject, you need to make sure that you check the what? You have to check the subject closest to the verb. The subject closest to the verb was the garage. Okay, and the garage did garage with S or something. It's what? A singular one. Garage, singular. So you need to have what? A singular verb. So if you put produce is wrong because produce only goes with a plural verb. So if we had S in the garage, that means garage and not just one. Then produce will be okay. But because it has garage, singular, then you're gonna get what? A singular verb, which is this one. Produces with S. Okay. All right. So I do hope that you understand, and yeah, you get this. One more of the questions. When Teddy runs out into the yard, the chicken and the rooster dash into the coop. So when Teddy runs out the yard, the chicken and the rooster and when we have and, it says it is words plural, right? So rooster, does it disappear or disappears? So let's say disappear. So disappears because is correct because whenever we see and in the compound subject, we know that and is plural verb and plural subject, and plural subject goes to the plural verb. So now disappear is the plural verb which do not have s. Okay. So we've gotten to the ninth page. I do hope that you can finish the rest of the test. Okay. And if ever you get any wrong or it gets confusing, just click on your tutorials again, go through this, read this again. Once you read this again, you can try to answer your test. Okay. I hope that you do not have any questions. Try to finish up both lessons because we have two lessons under the subject verb agreement. So we have lessons. So you try to finish them. It shows 17 because I didn't complete. Okay, I stopped at the page 9. So yeah, once you complete, you should get a 98 or 100 and it's going to show completed instead of in progress. So you see it down here. All right, so I hope that you do understand. And yeah, if you have any questions, all you need to do is just go back to the tutorials and read it again. Okay, so we'll meet again in the next lesson. Do have a good evening and bye everyone.